countless possibilities in the future. There are many desires inside human beings. Greed, causes lost in ourselves. Simplify, eliminate the unnecessary details. Return to the purest, simple. Explore the vibrant beauty in life. Break the settled rules. Find the future.
Today is the day that the smartphone game changes. In front of me, I have the future, and it's in the form of the Find X. This thing's been top secret, and for good reason, because it changes everything. This is the stuff I've been talking about in my videos. This is the stuff I've been looking for, and you too. Everybody's been asking for innovation in the phone game, and not just some concept, but a thing I can buy right now, a thing you can buy right now, so that you can put the future in your pocket. The Find X from Oppo. You can see the packaging, very slick, but you care about what's inside, so let's do it. Ooh. I happen to know that we are looking at an extreme. The screen to body ratio, according to Oppo, an astonishing 93.8%. SIM tool, little bit of paperwork, an audio adapter, a set of earbuds, Type-C to keep it charged up. Of course, it's got fast charging through this brick right here, and this cable, it's VOOC. Okay, now it's time for the main attraction, and I know you're screaming. Turn it on. I want to see this all-screen design. This one is called Bordeaux Red. There will be another color as well, which is going to be more of a blue. And then on top of that, there's even going to be a completely over-the-top Lamborghini version of this device. This is covered in Gorilla Glass 5 on both the back as well as the front. Look at how slim that bezel is. No notch, no kind of weird cutout at all. And I know that's giving you questions right now. You're like, how is that possible? Where's the camera? This is supposed to be the future, like I told you at the beginning of this video. So of course, we're gonna find out. You see what I did there, Jack? Find X, find out. That's why you come to Unbox Therapy in the first place. You need to find out. The latest, the greatest. I bring it to you. Oh my goodness. Now, I'm not going to mention any other brands out there, but I'm just saying. You're telling me this is not it? You're telling me that's not the future? Continue. Oh! Did you see the thing, Jack? What? So they've hidden two lenses and a flash. Look at the design. The way that comes up. And then down. Let's do it again. Two lenses and a flash. Just real slick. That is futuristic. Inspector Gadget is what I've always wanted because the look is clean. They used it as a design element. They could have easily just had some box come up from the top, but they didn't. Just like that. It's gonna uncover the front-facing camera and sensors as well. Whoa. Oh, baby. That is crazy cool. All right, so it's not just about this incredible screen-to-body ratio. Oppo is also very proud of the tech that's hidden in that section that comes up, the motorized section there, including their 3D facial recognition for unlocking the device. Now, Oppo claims that recognition has a failure rate of 1 in 1 million compared to like a fingerprint, which is somewhere in the neighborhood of 1 in 50,000. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and enroll my face here. Oh, so satisfying. All right, so this section on the top is not just a front-facing camera. In fact, if I give you the right reflection, let me show Jack here, some other sensors over here, there's a bunch of them. There's a flood illuminator, an infrared camera, a proximity sensor, dot projector, receiver, and RGB camera. It's all hidden in there. This is packing a Snapdragon 845. It's got 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage, a surprising 3730 milliamp hour battery. I told you about the dual SIM capabilities, and then of course the camera, which is the obvious next place to go. I have a plant, this wonderful model here. We'll see if the camera can figure out what this is. The thing is, with this level of detail, you can definitely tell that's a fake plant and I have not been watering it. Quick little portrait of my sidekick here. How freaky is that thing? Picked up portrait there. It knows we are taking a picture of a face. Boom. There you go, Jack. Are you happy now? Thank you very much for your service. No mannequins were harmed during the production of this episode. Now, of course, it wouldn't be an unbox therapy video without a quick selfie test. We'll see how the beard hairs show up and so on. Look at this, guys. Beautifying to the next level. 3D face beautifying. Oh, I'm looking more beautiful already. Flawless. Instagram will never be the same. The real me, ugly. The new me, beautiful. All right, let's try one not beauty because I'm a realistic guy. The truth. Ooh, now that's a selfie anyway. I'm happy with it. The beard hair test, there it is. Can you count individual beard hairs? Yes, you can. You think a few people would download this wallpaper? Have a couple nightmares real quick? Screen to body ratio though. It's all face. I do feel the need to let you know at this point, I can't really deeply evaluate the phone because this is an early model, an engineering sample, something they got to me before the retail launch. Now I realize at this point, I haven't told you how to navigate the phone. It's all about screen to body ratio. You can't really have buttons or you wouldn't want to. So instead, it's a gesture-based setup. Swiping up from the right-hand side acts as back. If you want to go home, you swipe up from the center. And then of course there's multitasking as well. You just sort of hold and then scroll through like this. But really what this thing is all about is the display. 6.42 inches. It's got AMOLED technology and it's actually manufactured by Samsung. The resolution 1080p. So on the sides of the device, you're looking at 1.65 millimeters of bezel. On the top, 1.91, and then the chin a little bit more at 3.4 millimeters. You don't get a gigantic phone, but you get a ton of screen. Okay, so look, this is very new. It just got announced. The device is not ready for a full evaluation. This is more of an introduction. So the battle right now is in the realm of screen to body ratio, and to this point, I have seen nothing this impressive in that department. The Oppo Find X, Jack, what do you think? Is it the future? I do believe so. Incredible screen to body ratio. And don't forget the very cool Rise Up sensor system as well as cameras. A crazy, unique, amazing implementation. And where did you find out about it? On Unbox Therapy. That's where.
What's up guys, I'm KBHD here with possibly the most requested video of all of 2018 so far. Shout out to Linus from Linus Tech Tips because this is his phone actually, so thanks for passing it along, man. This is the Oppo Find X. So this is actually the hottest phone on the planet right now, purely thanks to its really unique design. Oppo actually has a history of doing kind of insane things with flagship phones, but they don't do them very often. They specialize in the mid-range. But you might remember way back in the day, a couple years ago, I made a video about the Oppo Find 5, the first ever 1080p smartphone. That was a huge deal. And also the Find 7. So they do have a little history with actually doing impressive flagship stuff. So now here in 2018, in this world with lots of notches and compromise, in walks the Oppo Find X. The specs, even though they're excellent, are actually probably the most boring part of this phone. So Snapdragon 845, Adreno 630, 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage, a 3730 milliamp hour battery, Bluetooth 5.0, dual SIM cards. It's a flagship, no doubt. What we're here for is the design, because that's the reason this phone is so hot right now, is the industrial design. On the surface, it looks very modern. Obviously not a whole lot of bezel anywhere. That's the main focus in 2018. Full screen, rounded corners all the way across the front of the phone. But if you look around even more, there's actually elegant touches everywhere. The shape is just a little unorthodox, kind of tapered on the sides, but gives way to this intense color design. There's a blue and a purple version, actually. This is the purple, which is called Bordeaux Red for some reason. And it has this shimmer just on the outsides of the phone, while the middle stays dark mirror finish. It seems like the 28 thing to do also, to have a glass back, but no wireless charging. That's also the case for this phone, but some awesome design to distract you from that. So the huge screen up front obviously looks super cool, but even around that screen, they've done some things that are really impressive and unique. There's a little earpiece up here in the top. They actually got a real speaker up there instead of using an under glass solution. The whole phone is a little on the thick side at 9mm, but I'm totally fine with this, and for me it's more about the solid weight. Like, this phone really feels dense in the hand with all that glass. There's no headphone jack at the bottom, or at all sadly, but it has this unique sort of concave shape with the USB-C port, the speaker, and the dual SIM card tray. And man, there's just a lot of little unique touches like that. The top of the phone also has this shape of like a liquid glass melting into itself, and there's no rear-facing or front-facing camera at all until you open the top. The entire top of this phone is motorized for both the rear-facing and front-facing camera sensors. Okay, so to achieve this 93.8% screen-to-body ratio in 2018, you gotta make some sacrifices. So with this phone, there is no fingerprint reader anywhere. They didn't do the under glass one. There's no fingerprint anywhere on this phone. And then of course, to do the front-facing camera, they did, I think, one of the coolest things I've ever seen in a smartphone, which is raise the whole thing via a motor. And it's different from the Next. The Next feels like a hack to just get a front-facing camera in the phone somehow. This feels like an integrated part of a thoughtful design. But now though, you gotta think about, again, motorized moving pieces in smartphones like this are still a tough ask. They eventually will fail, and they also make it harder for things like sealing and make it easier to break. And this is the whole top of the phone popping up, so I'm pretty sure you can forget about waterproofing right off the bat. And then when you have this much surface moving, you think about maybe if one grain of sand gets in there, that could be a problem too. It's easier than you think. Obviously, Oppo trusts this a lot though, because as you can see, they have the rear camera, which you use all the time, and the front camera, and a suite of other sensors, including a dot projector and an infrared sensor, all up here because this also does facial recognition. That's right, so with no fingerprint reader anywhere on this phone, like the iPhone, they built what you might call a Face ID clone in those front-facing sensors in the motorized piece. Here's the thing though, it's actually pretty fast. If you check that speed, it's possibly even faster than Face ID. You register your face in like 3 seconds flat, and then it's just look at the phone to unlock. It's actually pretty cool. It just pops up, looks at your face real quick, and then goes back down all in about half a second. I'm impressed, not gonna lie. I don't know if it's as secure as Face ID. I honestly kind of doubt it, but if it's not getting fooled easily or tricked by photos, then it's impressive to me out the box. This thing is crazy, man. And you also have to consider, when you have the back-facing camera, which you use all the time, and the front-facing camera, and the face unlock in that motorized piece, that means you're gonna use this every time you open your phone, and hundreds more times during the day. So that's something to think about. I don't know how long this motor is rated to last, but I'd be interested to see how long it does. Also, I tried a couple other things just out of curiosity. With this motor, if you push down hard enough, the camera just closes. The motor's just decide it should be closing, and it retracts completely. Probably pretty smart, actually. And then if you put enough resistance on the top while opening the camera and it's trying to launch by itself, it'll pause, wait a second, and then it'll try again, and then just keep holding it, and it'll just keep trying over and over. It's not really gonna grind its gears trying to go against resistance, so it has a couple fail-safes built in. But I also found that I can literally pull the top of the phone open. So you can imagine, it's not the most durable mechanism in the world. If a grain of sand gets in there, like I said, that's probably bad news for more of the internal parts. And that just kind of happens sometimes, more than I wish it did. So at the end of the day, I love this, actually. I love what we're getting in this genuinely interesting, creative design in a smartphone. Just when we thought it might have been getting kind of boring with everyone doing a notch and dual cameras and the whole predictable dance, this thing comes in from left field. A new player has arrived. But I'm curious what you think. If this phone came to your region, it's gonna be very expensive, but could you rock this as a daily driver? I feel like I could throw Nova Launcher on here, give the camera a shot, and it might actually stay in my pocket. But let me know what you're thinking in the comments below. Either way, thanks for watching. Talk to you in the next one. Peace.